Hello and welcome to So It Says Cares. My name's Kerry Ann. I live in Leicester, and at the minute my whole shebang is about like the fact that our country is being taken over. Unfortunately, if anything else, I've got another video to do on leave that as a secret just in case I decide to do it, but just something to lighten the mood, so to speak, because at the minute things are a bit dark. Like I say, I live in Leicester. My local pub, like round the corner, is being turned into a mosque despite public opinion. This is so for the last 4 months I've been learning about Islam, and literally in 4 months I have learned that in no way, shape or form should there be anybody in a position of power who is of the Islamic faith. No way, mate. They are here to take over. They're quite happy to fucking say it, and literally we're not being told this, right? I've just found out, oh sorry, disclaimers, these are just my thoughts and opinions, and also I swear, right? So we have an MP, Shokat Adam, right? Apparently, allegedly, find it out for yourself, this is sort of gossip level. Apparently his brother is started up a movement, you know, like a Aggie movement, like Taliban type shit, right? And his campaign manager is currently in prison for terrorist-related offences. This is our local MP, right? Just had a little thought last night, didn't I? You know, like, mosque, right? They bought that pub, right? This charity, you can't believe they get free fucking car for the imam, free police protection, fucking everything given them to free because they're a charity. This local charity, and they set up a charity for each one of these buildings that they take over, right? They bought that pub in 2023, right? And they left it. And I thought, right, that the reason that they left it, and I'm sure it is part of it, right? The reason that they left it until 2025, May, end of May, I think it was the planning meeting this year, 2025, and I thought that the reason they left it stagnant for 2 years, right, is because then they could say it's not, because this is what they say, it's not viable as a pub. The Glen has been there for fucking decades, mate. It has been a staple of this estate, the Glen pub. I've had people from all over like going, oh, we came there once, went to the Glen, bloody lovely pub, right? I sort of stopped going. I did end up going back, right? But I didn't go for the longest time because they had a bitch of a bloody bar manageress, right? And I'd gone in this hat. If it wasn't this hat, it was a hat that was very similar to this hat, because this is a style of hat that I love, right? This is like over 15 years ago. We'd gone there, always got loads of people in it, was viable as a fucking pub, right? And we walked in there and she said I'd got to take my hat off. Now I got really bad hair, got really greasy hair, right? I have MS. It is an absolute bastard for me to shower, you know. I'm going to kill myself. I've got to get some aides who are in there. I've got to go to the Red Cross, because literally I'm going to kill myself in that bath one day. It's dangerous. But I couldn't be asked to go and have a shower and whatever, because I've had MS for a long time. And so I went with her on, and she said I'd got to take it off. She didn't. She told the barmaid that I'd got to take it off. Then she went and stood down the other end of the bar and pretended, like, watch what this girl was doing. In the end, basically, I was pathetic back then. This was before I split up with my ex. I ended up fucking roaring, and I just had to go home. It was horrible. I felt so embarrassed sitting there with, like, really greasy hair. I said, like, well, what if I touch? She's like, no, I'm sorry, but she says that you've got to take it off because your face won't come up on the cameras. Well, I'm not going to do any crime. Why do you need my face on the camera anyway? I said, well, let me turn it round to put the thingy on the back. She went, oh, I'll go and ask. I went down the end, asked this fucking bitch. Sorry, but I am going to be a bitch about it because she literally did that to be a bitch. She went, no. Literally turning it round. So I basically got the equivalent of a fucking hijab on my head. And she's like, no. Nothing obscuring my face whatsoever if I turn this round. Nothing. And she was no. So I didn't go in there for the longest time. I'm like, right, well, you're not having my business if that's how you treat customers. Fuck off. Did end up in the end, like, because she weren't in there, like, a lot. But I should imagine she didn't have a fucking... If that was her attitude all the time, I should imagine she didn't help them fucking stay afloat. Well, they didn't stay afloat. They closed in 2022. And in 2023... they were purchased by Muslims. That pub was purchased by Muslims. And it weren't put through to a planning permission till March of this year. And they're like, well, it's not viable as a pub. Nobody bought it. No, because you'd already bought it. It belonged to you. It weren't on the market. That's why it wasn't bought as a pub, because you'd bought it for a mosque. Right? All fits into place, that, don't it? Until you find out that Shokat Adam, our Muslim MP, got into power in 2024. I wonder if it had been put through, because literally over 3 times, way over 3 times, if you take in the petition, there were 2,500 names on the petition. 870, I'm talking people who actually wrote down an objection, who actually came with an opinion. There were 870 written objections, 250 written endorsements. And they'd got since 2023. And they were on Facebook saying to Muslims, literally, it doesn't matter if you don't live there. We had to live within the catchment area, but they were going out to the whole Muslim community and saying, basically, it doesn't matter if you don't live here, you know, like, say that you've got friends there and you need that there for when you go around visit your friends, because obviously they pray 5 times a day to a god that they call the Great Deceiver. They have taqiyya, which is basically lying to get what you want. They say, we're not here to take part, we're here to take over. And in Sharia law, there are such things that you can bugger little boys until they get a fucking beard. Then it's gay and you've got to fucking kill them. That basically little girls can be raped anally up to and vaginally after the age of 8. That any woman or girl not wearing a fucking head covering is your sexual property to take when you will. And that basically they're perfect. Oh, and that their prophet, their version of Jesus, married a girl when she was 6 and took her virginity when she was 9. That he's a perfect man, and they have to emulate him. And you're wondering why we're getting kids fucking raped at left, right, and centre. Literally, it's the most dangerous thing. And yes, we're being told to look at the migrants, and the migrants, 90% of them are fucking Muslim. That's why they come in here and they take our girls, and they take videos with little children frolicking on a beach saying cute baby, big fucking love heart eyes, because they are taught to emulate a man who would fuck that little kid. I am not making this up. Islam, the takeover of Islam, is the most dangerous thing in our face at the minute. No woman, no girl is safe. And we've just, apparently, Vet Cooper's gone. Now we've got a bloody Muslim. Foreign Secretary, is it? A Muslim. I did a video ages ago, a couple of weeks ago, entitled, like, why does every political party have to pander to Muslims? Like, literally, because it all comes from there, right? Like, Christianity and Islam were both designed by the same Freemasons, right? The same entity, who stole the secrets of the universe and know exactly what fucking God is. To join the Freemason, you literally have to believe in a deity, and it doesn't matter which one. If one of them was the true God, you'd have to believe in that one. But no, don't matter what you believe in, as long as you believe in something, because then you will eventually understand God. Anyways, right. So anyway, I've had a bit of gossip, right? And I will not stop talking about it, right? Not enough people are talking about it, and we need to be shaken awake, right? We need to be shaken because it has gone too far. Because since 2020, and it literally, if they bring in another lockdown, obviously the temperature's changing at the minute. It's getting cooler. Colds thrive because like your bacteria, your body things up when the temperature drops. Bacteria can take hold, so everybody's going to start getting cold. So if they come out now and say that there's Rona 2.0 and whatever and put us in lockdown, say fucking no, because I swear that's when they shipped everybody in. It's continuing now. They're still continuing. We've got people with letterbox burkas on now on our estate. Where the fuck did they come from? Like, literally, it has been, and literally after the Rona, boom, there's people on all my life. I've lived on this estate or the one next door. I lived for Loughborough in Loughborough for a while, and Quorn, the place, not the food stuff. I'm in Quorn. I'm in a nutshell. But yeah, live around there. I am a Leicester lass, born and fucking bred, and I have watched this happen. And I have a fucking homeless man sleeping on my living room floor because we can't get places because they're all being given to migrants and friends and family. Everybody's forgotten 9/11. Everybody's forgotten death to the fucking West. Everybody's forgotten silence, I tell you. Like, literally, it's like, oh no, Muslims. Muslims. 2020, mate, 2001, they wanted us all dead. And everybody was told to be scared of them. A few years ago, we were told to be scared of Somalian pirates. Oh, fucking Somalians, they're dead fucking bad, they are. Look at them, on the seas, fucking killing people, stealing stuff. Buff, silence that fucking... Silence that story. Now they're all fucking moving here. They only got rape laws in 2018 and they're still fucking flimsy as fuck. And it's like, come in. And they are told that they have to emulate Muhammad because he's a perfect human being and that guy was a fucking pedo. And I'm sorry, and I talked to ChatGPT about it. I'm like, right, is this a pedo? Never told it who I was because it is slightly biased. There are things that are programmed into ChatGPT. And I've found this out. It's like, you cannot talk about Freemasonry with fucking ChatGPT. Like, literally. You know. So I didn't say who I was talking about. And I'm like, is this pedo or is this a nonce? You know, because I'm calling this bloke a nonce. Like, you got to lie, you prophet's a nonce, right? And which you can't argue. Because Allah is known as the great deceiver. You can't say that that's not a liar. Like, literally, if this was Christianity, there'd be no such thing as Christianity. Because it's so backward. It's like, what you on about? Like, taking places over. Like, everybody did that. It's like, you join us or you die. You leave us, you die. Do you know what I mean? Like, if you're gay, you die. But they're gay. Because it's perfectly okay. But the boy doesn't, as long as he's not got a beard, it ain't gay. Literally, it's so backward. So, yeah. If I go missing, it's definitely the Muslims. Definitely. Anyways, found out a little bit of Somalian gossip last night. I know somebody lives over the opposite side of Leicester. Leicester, corrupt as fuck. We'll say it in the court of law, mate. Corrupt as fuck. The police, corrupt as fuck. The council, fucking... but corrupt as fuck. Stupid, corrupt as fuck. The whole of Leicester. We're fucked, mate. No logic, no humanity. Just pure agenda. Fucking home of my birth. Anyways, right? She lives over, like, uptown end of Leicester. Right? I live near Blaby. Apparently, like, little, there's a Whetstone, I think, shitloads of stuff kicking off in Leicester at Whetstone. Like, that's, I'm seeing loads of news articles about Whetstone at the minute being really, really rough. And we've got Narber Road area, that's really, really rough. All of the places, and if you see this report that came out of Leicester University that says, like, hate crimes, right? It's like they're like, oh, if we're culturally diverse, there's no problem. Everybody gets on together. That's how we cure this problem. More hate crimes in Leicester, and almost 40% of them are towards white people. Anyways, right, so she lives over the other end, and there are 3 HMOs, houses of multiple occupancy, on her road. She's just found out, right? But she lives opposite this one that's got Somalians. Well, it's not, I don't think it is an HMO, it's this old man, and they all come round and do what looks like illegal. Well, the police are constantly there, right? And literally, she said to the police, like, that they're like, oh, you know, like, it's like, literally, you're going to do something about them, because this has been about 3 months, and they're there, the police are there at least once a day, sometimes up to 5, at this one house with these Somalians in it. Like, how much of taxpayers' money is going on policing that one fucking house? And the policeman said to her, well, you've just got to keep reporting it. You've just got to keep moaning about it. And that's what the police and the council are saying about that fucking mosque. All you got to do is wait for it to come and then just put complaints in. You know, when little kiddies are getting run over because it's next to a primary school and opposite the road from a fucking park. Literally, young girls, kiddies, target sexual demographic according to Sharia law. Not my gossip, according to Sharia law. Those kids ain't safe. But you tell it to a whitey, you tell it to the council, you tell it to the police, and it's like, you're just Islamophobic. You're just, you know, like, it's you. You're the issue for trying to keep women and girls safe. It's my problem. I'll take it on, mate. I'll be the bad guy. I don't care, because the safety of women and children means more to me than pissing off a fucking religion that rapes kids. That's told that to be a good Muslim, you must emulate Muhammad, and Muhammad was a fucking pedo. And he also, and let's not forget, Al-Zoot. You know, the 30 fucking big black men with massive penises, naked black men that rode him all night long, and he came back fucking hobbling and in pain because they'd mounted him continuously all fucking night. Literally, this is what we are saying, have our country. This is who we're telling, you can run our country now. People who believe in that shit. People who think that's perfect. A man who pushing people off of fucking balconies, off the top of a fucking mountain, because they're gay, but their profit is perfectly right, fine to be ridden by naked black men all night long. Perfectly fine. And it's all right to bum little boys until they get a beard. And I'm the one in the wrong. Like, call me wrong. Arrest me for it. Arrest me for pointing out facts that you're ignoring. Anyways, they've been back again. So the police has just said to her, like, oh, just moan about it, just put in. And she's like, literally, that's all we're fucking doing. And there's a Polish man, lives next door, right? 3 Somalian blokes and this Somalian girl. They're booting this Polish bloke's fucking door in, right? Like, literally. So he comes out eventually, and a little bit of a scuffle ensues and whatever. This young girl's rang the police saying, like, I'm being attacked by an immigrant, meaning the Polish fella. Ringing the police. I'm being attacked by an immigrant. She's an immigrant. She's a Somali immigrant ringing the police saying, I've been, like, because up that end of Leicester, and like literally, because this is the one, she spoke to the police and said, why have I not been told there's an HMO on my street? And he says, well, there's no point, nobody around here speaks English. No point in telling anybody. Look, literally, we're going down the fucking pan. We need to get a grip. Who the fuck is with me? Because at the minute, just fucking pandering to people who've made us scared to even look. When you look at this shit, you will see. They are getting away with it because they have made good people so scared to even fucking look at them for fear. They've made people scared to see the truth, because if they look and they see the truth, they're seen as Islamophobic. But the truth is there. These people are here to take over. They say it in their fucking own words, and we are going down the pan, and pretty soon. And like I said on an old video that, like, I've seen it because I love to see what foreigners are saying about us, and they all think we're fucked. And this American chap was like, yeah, I think that England is going to be the first European country to be fully Islamic, to be conquered by Muslims. We're like Britannia rules the waves and all this lot, and it's like, no, we're literally like, that's it, we're going to have Sharia law. No kid will be safe on the streets, because let's not forget, any woman who gets raped has to under Sharia law give 4 adult male witnesses, 4 adult men, and bearing in mind they've got Taharuj, where all of the men come together and provide an impenetrable barrier so somebody can be gang raped in the fucking middle. Their religion has a word for gang rape. Does Christianity? Come on, people. We need to see this before it goes too far. And literally, it's not a case of getting rid of the Muslims, right? It's a case of getting rid of them bastards, because they created Islam, they created fucking Christianity, and they created Judaism, because they know the truth. And I will fucking fight to the death to make you understand, to help people to understand the God that we have been, that we all know is there. We just all call it different names, and some people call it wishing, and some people call it witchcraft. But we're all part of the universe, and we are all equally as important to that universe. And I personally want to do all in my power to make sure that universe has a good day, because it's all about balance. It's all about balance. It's about light and dark. It comes down to good and evil, light and dark. Do you know what I mean? There is nothing as complicated as it's made out to be. Close your eyes. Sit in the blackness. That is truth. Right, I'm gonna leave that there. No, I'm waffling. But please, if you've got any questions, anything, like, please feel free to message me. If you've got anybody who can help with, because this is my raison d'etre at the minute, is stopping that mosque. I don't want to harm anybody. I just want it to not be there, because it's next to a primary school, and under their laws, and by Sharia law, I mean, yeah, it's legal, but it's their way of being. It's how they operate. It's what they think. And they think that women are nowhere near as important as men, and white people are the scum of the fucking earth. I ain't making it up. Look at it. Please suspend belief. Ignore Islamophobia, mate. It is not racist to look at somebody who's attacking you. It isn't. It's common fucking sense. And literally, we need to wake up and start realising that. There are good people in there. There are women in there who are oppressed. You know, there's 200,000 women on this planet at the minute who are victims of female genital mutilation. Just literally because men don't want the women to have sexual desires, so they chop their clitorises off, right? And they sew up their fannies so that it is more sexually fulfilling for the men. They work for the men. It is the patriarchy on crack. And I, for one, think that we're all better than this. If you choose to believe that, if you choose to hate people, I don't hate them. Don't hate them, right? Don't even hate, because I can't be arsed with hating. It's not how I like to use my energy, do you know what I mean? But I am coming for Islam, not Muslims. Do you know what I mean? It's the ethos. It's the telling people that you have to emulate a fucking pedo in order to be a devout follower. How do you expect women and children to be safe when in their religion anybody who's not wearing a head covering is fair sexual game, is there to be taken for your own sexual fucking gratification? How do we expect anything to change for that? Anyways, if you made it till the end, I owe you a bevy. Let's sit, let's have a fucking chill out. Please consider liking, sharing, subscribing, because I am shadow banned to fuck on YouTube and on Facebook, and I can't think why. Right? Who knows? So please, if we want to get this on the roll, we need to be sharing facts and information with each other, and not listening to the local fucking council who are lying. Let's not forget, and I have it on video, when I put forth the idea of the safety of women and children in our area, with 200 fucking Muslim men milling about next to a bloody primary school 5 times a day, right? Our local ward councillor said there's no proof of Muslim grooming gangs, and the police said that if I didn't stop talking about the safety of women and children, they would get up and leave that meeting. I have that on video, so yeah, it will get seen one fucking day, I'm telling you. Like, but we need help. Please help us. Anyways, yeah, so please consider giving me like algorithms, just whatever. All right. Thank you for being there. Please come back, and never forget that I love you all.